7, talk too early. Oh, Indaba, talking my business is simple. Nazo zonke indaba zabasha. Indaba.
Welcome to Indaba Ekakasini. As I've been telling you, we have this campaign ebizwa U equals U. So besikhuluma conversations nje frank and candid about the stories that can inspire you about ukubaleka kokuthi uphile a healthy life and as well and umzimba wakho ube strong and awuzuthola izifo kalula, looking good and feeling great. And also you will find ukuthi awusezukuya clinic more often. Talking about feeling good and feeling great is the lady ohleli phambi kwami, and then she's going to be talking to us about her history sakhe. I welcome uNozi Qamngana. Mayaba. I hope we pronounce it kahle.
Perfect.
Are you well, Nozi?
I'm very well, Alex. How are you?
I'm good. Ubukeka umhle, ubukeka uphilile as well. Hoping ukuthi kule conversation yethu so the stomach you will still be feeling the same.
I hope so too.
Yeah, let's just talk about yourself. Who are you?
Unozi is a young lady. I can safely say I'm still very young.
Very young.
I'm from the Eastern Cape, born and bred. But because of work opportunities, I came to Johannesburg around beginning of 2019. So very bubbly person, a people's person, and I just happen to be, one of the people that are blessed to travel this journey of being used, I believe, by God, to inspire others to live positively.
Okay, talking about living positively, let's just talk about you. Your status is you're HIV positive.
Correct.
All right. You have a life partner, a fiance, a husband.
We've been married for almost 5 years.
So just before COVID.
Yeah, 2019. Correct.
Hey, talk about Sabanda Baba and the timing. Yes.
Yeah. No, listen, you have to be very smart.
Okay. So, when did you discover status?
10 years ago. 10 years ago this year, August 2013, December 17, and there was a wellness program, and they asked us to go, and participate. I mean, as there's different stations, test for diabetes,
cholesterol, and all that.
And then also there happened to be a nurse that tests for HIV, right? So I was in a committed relationship, or so I thought, and I had boyfriends here and there, but one of the things, because of my faith and how I grew up, I've always maintained that I would only, have sex once I get married. And this is the one thing that I told, my then boyfriend when we met, but this is the idea, behind the relationship, and he was very understanding.
Sure.
But I think the tone of the conversation changed once he saw how serious I was. And now that I think about it, he was able, was a fan. He was able to change the conversation. I know, don't worry, I'm going to wait for you, and I'm very serious about you, I'm going to marry you. So you kind of use the conversation towards your benefit.
Okay.
Then after a while, I'm thinking to myself, listen, the guy already committed himself, he's going to get married. It's just about the technicalities around this thing.
Yes, but everything else,
but otherwise everything is sorted. And then I was like, listen, it doesn't matter now. Well, let's just engage in sex. It's going to be my first time. I kind of feel like it's special with a special person. I did not think about the HIV, you must test. The only thing I was worried about is not to get pregnant.
Okay.
Because there has mostly of being of having a child. Back then it was very strongly discouraged that you can't have a child before getting married. So that's the only thing I was worried about.
Sure.
So we never tested together. But Mnandiazazi, because I've never slept with anyone, and I had done a test alone. I had forwarded that test to him, and then but then he kind of was like, I went to the doctor, and the doctor said, I always test regularly. So my thinking is, then I don't have anything to worry about, even if he doesn't send the test back. And so on this day, now we've been dating for just over a year. Just over. We were not using protection because I'm thinking we're okay. Then I'm there, the nurse does like the first test, and then I found it weird that she wanted to do like the second one. It's like, why is she doing the second one? No, the first one was not clear. Like, why am I the only one whose test is not clear?
And you have to do the second one,
But even then I was like, okay, whatever. Just
Yeah.
do the second test. And then she placed both tests in front of me, and she said, you're HIV positive. And I'm like, she must have made a mistake for sure.
Yeah.
There's no way. And she was, probably at the age group of my mom. So immediately I'm on a defense. I need to explain to this woman, and I haven't been sleeping around.
Yeah.
I've only slept with one person.
Yeah.
I've only slept with one person. It's impossible. She's wrong. To cut the long story short, we used to work together with this person, my then boyfriend. So I called him and I was like, hey, so I just came back from the wellness day thing and they just said I'm HIV positive.
I thought that conversation would be like face to face.
No. I mean, he's over the other side.
Yeah. Out of anxiety.
It's going to take too long.
panic,
We need to speak now. I need to get him on the call now. And so ndimchazele ukuthi, hey, I just came back from the wellness day thing, but the HIV positive. The line was quiet. So I'm thinking to myself, Alex, but it's one of those things. You see how I am. I'm animated. I'm
full of energy.
I'm full of energy.
Sense of humor.
Yeah. So I'm thinking to myself, it's one of those times where I'm overly excited and it's trying to calm me down. You know? But then also I'm thinking, hey, I did not tell this person I'm going to cook chicken tonight. So it can't be this calm. But to cut the long story short, once again, we went for a third opinion. So the tests that I did were the finger tests.
Yeah.
So now the doctor took my blood, sent them to the labs. Was the longest, probably a couple of days of my life. Came back, the test came back, and the doctor was like, no, they were not wrong. You're HIV positive. I was 20, 21, 22 at the time. So it was hard.
Sure. You are watching and listening to a conversation here. I'm with my guest, Nozi, talking to us about this campaign, You Equals You. Izophila nje impilo ekahle mawuthatha futhi your ARVs kahle suppressa igciwane ungagcina ungasathelelanga omunye umuntu. Now you equals you to you kahle hle. How do you summarize it to someone also have heard about this campaign and then now knows story sakhe? You are a living proof yokuthi if you wenza izinto ngendlela efanele.
Correct.
You are here, beautiful, bubbly.
Yeah.
What does it mean as the campaign?
So for someone who's not familiar with the campaign, You Equals You means undetectable, equals untransmittable. So I started my treatment in 2017. So back then the HIV laws or the HIV/AIDS laws were that you only start treatment when your CD4 count. CD4 count measures the amount of white blood cells. So in simple terms, those are the soldiers in your body that fight off infections. So how much of the white blood cells are in your immune system? Once they reach 350 and below, you were considered compromised. So you needed to start treatment immediately. So when I was diagnosed, my CD4 count was around 600, 650. So I was considered relatively healthy and I was not in the priority to take treatment.
Sure.
And then around 2015, 2016, the World Health Organization then changed, the policies to say now you are testing and treating immediately.
As
you
long
do not
as you
wait.
test positive.
Test positive, immediately you start treatment. So I started treatment in 2017. And that's when I believe I was not sick. I've never in the whole 10 years I've never been sick, or hospitalized for anything related to HIV. But I still believe that it was so important for me to start a treatment to continue to be healthy, to continue to protect myself.
Sure.
So in the treatment then helps in reducing, once again you explained it quite nicely, to reduce the level of the virus inside your body to a point where it is undetectable. So it's impossible, but it's relatively the chances of you infecting another person have been minimized. So in treatment, that's what it helps to allow the viral load. If viral load is the amount of the virus inside your body, to get it to a level that it is undetectable. It is so low that it's undetectable. So it has helped me in my journey because I met my husband in 2016.
Yeah.
Immediately told them, like, I was HIV
Yeah.
positive and he's HIV negative. So it has helped us in many ways, as an HIV mixed status relationship,
Yeah.
or marriage rather. So in continuing to make sure that he's HIV negative, and I obviously I'm not able to transmit the virus to him.
All right, interesting story. Listening to this and watching us now, I would like to hear the questions or the comments that you have. Maybe now you are in a relationship where you're HIV positive and then uthatha treatment yakho kahle, but you are in a relationship with someone who is negative, or you are at the stage where it's undetectable. And none of my questions now, you may ask them here. We will respond, as every week we'll be bringing you these conversations. The campaign is You Equals You. Thank you. You Equals You. Thank you to Nozi for being with us. And I would like to host you again for an hour, so I could open the lines. But for now, please send your messages on this YouTube channel. Yakakasi FM will be giving you more of these. My questions are fagala, so tola experts about pendula, and then you can also share your journey. Look at her; she is inspiring us. She looks good. She's happy because she follows the protocol. You Equals You. Take your treatment, and then ungalogo to now you can cut corners. Thank you so much, Nozi.
Thank you so much, Alex.
Pleasure.
Indaba, special open line on Mondays at 7. Talk to Alex. Oh, Indaba, talking my business is simple. Nazo zonke indaba zabasha. Indaba.